So we have new information regarding the Call of Duty movie, which is actually surprising and honestly, I like this information. So Taylor Sheridan to write Call of Duty movie with Peter Berg directing. The return of masculine storytelling? Which that's a good question. Is it to return? Because both these two are a surprising combination, and I'm not complaining at all with them. It actually gives me hope that this Call of Duty movie might be good. Like I'm surprised by this. Paramount isn't ready to let Taylor Sheridan ride off into the sunset just yet. Despite headlines announcing his exit to NBC Universal, the studio is keeping the Yellowstone creator in its ranks for one last mission that should have everyone excited. Taylor Sheridan is potentially writing a Call of Duty movie. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Sheridan is in talks to write an adaptation of Call of Duty, one of the biggest video games of all time. The report adds that the deal making comes from as Peter Berg, the man's man director behind such movies as Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, and Friday Night Lights, is closing his deal to direct and also write the adaptation. Okay, to be fair, I have not seen Friday Night Lights or Deepwater Horizon, and I know I know they're good. I'm not gonna sit here and say they're not. So, but I like Lone Survivor. I thought it was an all right movie. I thought it was all right. Um, but of course, and I think what Deepwater Horizon, that's the one with Mark uh Wahlberg, right? On the um on the oil rig that is that's the that's the oil rig one, I believe that. It's like the oil rig is there's a disaster on it and all that. But yeah, anyway, um these two are on my list of movies I gotta watch. But yeah, I think this is wild information, actually genuinely good information for the Call of Duty movie. I was not excited for it. I was not interested in it. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a terrible movie. It's gonna be corny. It's gonna be cliche. It's gonna be bland as hell. But this information, um, Sheridan being in talks with it is surprising, and I'm in for it. That pairing alone is enough to get fans fired up. Sheridan and Berg are longtime collaborators, having worked together on Hell or High Water, Wind River, and Wind River. Both celebrated for their gritty realism and unapologetically masculine tone, something sorely missing from modern Hollywood blockbusters. Which that couldn't be that truer words haven't been spoken. It's masculinity is the enemy of Hollywood nowadays. I wonder why. Because masculinity requires breeds people standing up for themselves and being capable, not obedient slaves like Hollywood wants. The cowboy meets the combat zone, as this subtitle says. Sheridan's involvement marks a major coup for Paramount, which is facing an uncertain future following his high profile departure to NBC Universal. This move suggests the studio isn't ready to lose one of its most bankable creators just yet. Sheridan will also produce the film alongside Berg and David Glasser of 101 Studios, the same company behind his expanding television empire that includes Yellowstone, 1883, Landman, Mayor of Kingston, and Tulsa King. I've not seen 1883, Yellowstone, or Mayor of Kingston. I love Tulsa King from what I've seen of it, and I love Landman from what I've seen of it. Well, there's only one season of Landman, but I want to watch Landman season 2. I loved it. It was a great show. But anyway, this is, like I said, this big news. This is actually genuinely exciting news for this is exciting news for any Call of Duty fan. Anyone who loves like maybe World at War, Black Ops 1 and 2, or Modern Warfare, which I'm wondering, are they going to do like a Black Ops story adaptation, or is it going to be Modern Warfare? And if it's Modern Warfare, honestly, I would, ah man, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, there's a lot of questions that could be asked. I hope it's not Advanced Warfare. Given Sheridan's track record of intense character studies and morally gray heroes, his take on Call of Duty could be the realistic, boots on the ground war story fans have been craving. Unlike previous Hollywood attempts to adapt video games into as sanitized blockbusters, this project has the creative firepower to deliver a cinematic firefight worthy of the franchise's legacy. And yes, that's completely true. For Paramount, Call of Duty could be a much needed strike back in the streaming battlefield. The franchise has over 500 million copies and dominated US sales charge for 16 consecutive years. In an industry desperate for a reliable IP that translates across platforms, Sheridan's grounded storytelling may finally bridge the gap between gamers and moviegoers. Maybe it will. Honestly, only thing that would make this the better is if Guy Ritchie was involved. If Guy Ritchie was involved, oh my gosh, I loved The Covenant. I thought that was a really good movie. I love The Gentleman. And like I said, Guy Ritchie would be a great addition. But like this duo is awesome. I am not complaining about this. The Call of Duty film may the Call of Duty had been God damn it. The Call of Duty film had been languishing in development hell for years. First announced by Activision in 2015 with various creative teams attached. Oof. But with Sheridan's pen and Berg's Battlefield experience, Paramount seems poised to give this project the gritty authenticity that prior attempts lacked. And honestly, like I said, like I said, this is huge news. This is actually huge news, and actually, I'm actually excited for this. I cannot wait to see what they work with it. And I wonder, like, this could be a World War II, World at War, story. There's so many stories in the Call of Duty universe that I think are interesting. Um, but yeah, like I said, I think they're interesting. I think it's a very intriguing concept. So again, I'm excited. I like this information. I'm still gonna keep myself in check because my hopes in check because they could walk away. They could disagree. They could be controlled to high hell. But like yeah, but like I said, like this is good sign. This is a good sign, and this is a step in the right direction. Ultimately, a Call of Duty movie from the minds behind Lone Survivor and or High Water sounds like the perfect blend of realism, intensity, and masculine energy. A refreshing throwback to the kind of grounded war epics Hollywood used to make before everything became a CGI light show. Yeah, of course, like one of my favorite war films is To Hell and Back. It's an Audie Murphy movie. One of my favorite films. I also loved Flyboys, which I thought was a pretty good movie. I loved good lord, Band of Brothers wasn't. It was a show, but it was still good. Not by any means a it's a comedy, but Hogan's Heroes was a fun show. It was so fun. But man, I again, Call of Duty, not Call of Duty. Hollywood used to have such epic historical tales. I know this Hacksaw Ridge was a really good movie. Um, so again, this could be a step in the right direction. And in fact, this getting these two involved together this is a step in the right direction. And it's honestly the best information we could have gotten with this with this announcement. So like again, I'm excited. I'm still keeping my hopes in check because anything can happen. But again, this is awesome news. If this pans out, Taylor Sheridan's Call of Duty could be the franchise adaptation that finally earns respect from both critics and fans. A sign that Hollywood might still remember how to make movies for people who just want to see heroes tested under fire. And of course, yes, absolutely. Like we don't know anything about this movie, so of course, all we have is that Taylor Sheridan and Peter Berg might will be working together on this. And again, great news, genuinely great news. I'm absolutely thrilled by this information, but I'm also a bit concerned because this could be great news, but Activision could completely railroad them um and have them do something stupid or not what fans want. But like I said, this is a step in the right direction. It's great news. It makes me more excited for the film than I've ever been for a Call of Duty project. And I think the last Call of Duty project I was actually excited for was it was so long ago. After Advanced Warfare, I started losing interest in Call of Duty. It was like I enjoyed Ghosts. Like people might not like it and all that. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was the greatest Call of Duty game by any means, and I understand many people's complaints about it. But the point is, I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. But again, I think the last game Call of Duty game I was truly excited for was um what is it? It was I think Black Ops 2. I think Black Ops 2 was the actual last game I was excited for, which is kind of sad because I would always play Call of Duty. I remember I played Black Ops 3. I was so disappointed that it wasn't following Mason or his son or Woods or any one of Woods' descendants or any one of the characters in Black Ops 1 and 2. It was just a complete random futuristic game and I was like, "What? I don't like this. I don't like it." Um but yeah, man, like I'm not even excited for Black Ops 7, which again, the story looks terrible to say the least. But like this could be a step in the right direction. Um, and I think this is might be Call of Duty's response to Battlefield's success. Because well, I mean, obviously, Battlefield has been dominating Call of Duty since its release. It's been absolutely annihilating. Its beta test destroyed Call of Duty, and it's still going strong. I know there's some mixed feelings about the battle royale, but overall, it's it's still going strong. People are loving saying the campaign's great. The multiplayer is the best part of it, which that's a good sign because it's usually what Battlefield is known for. Is its multiplayer. It's high octane, fast paced action where it just throws you boots on the ground in the middle of this war zone, and you're fighting against like 32 other players. And it's an awesome game. It's a game mode. It's one of the coolest. But yeah, like we know, Battlefield 6 has been dominating Call of Duty. It's not even close. It's an absolute annihilation. But this, I think, could be Call of Duty's response to Battlefield's success because I think this might have been in the works for a little while, maybe a couple months, because I don't know how long these deals last. I don't know when this deal started, so we don't have that information. We probably won't ever have that information. But like I said, I think this might be Call of Duty's response to Battlefield's success because if Call of Duty does make an epic action war movie, um, if they make an epic action war movie, then that will get more people more invested and more interested in the next Call of Duty game. It will it will get more people interested in. Maybe people will be like, oh, maybe they're actually gonna return to form. Maybe they're actually gonna listen to the gamers again. But again, I could just be I'm speculating. So that's what I am. I'm speculating. So I have no confirmation on this, but I'm just kind of taking a wild guess and saying that this is Call of Duty's response, Activision's response to Battlefield's massive success of blowing them out of the water. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep keep up with this information as it comes out because I think this is actually huge news. Like Peter Berg and Taylor Sheridan working together is it's genuinely awesome news. It's great news, and I am on board with this. If they are given the reins to do what they want, and I think two stories would be interesting. Not current day Modern Warfare story. I'm talking about the original Modern Warfare, and it's not because of the no Russian scene. Although I feel like these two would be the ones to do a scene like that. I'm specifically referring to I think the story of Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 was better in the original versions of Modern Warfare than in the newer versions. Don't get me wrong. I think the acting and casting in the newer version is remarkable. I think Captain Price is one of my favorite characters in that. I think Ghost is also a legendary character in that. He's far more intimidating, far more threatening. And don't get me wrong, Ghost is awesome in modern warfare in the original Modern Warfare games. I have no slander for him. I was so heartbroken when I first saw him die. I was like, what? But again, I would love original Modern Warfare story adaptation, a World at War story adaptation, and I would love a Black Ops adaptation, Black Ops 1 or 2, preferably Black Ops 1 before 2, but and none of the newer Black Ops stuff. But like I would love to see Woods and Mason fight against Menendez and against because I know in the beginning of Black Ops 1, I remember this mission very vividly. It's like you're in that bar and like and Woods is like your Woods is sitting there and this one Castro Fidel Castro soldier comes walking up, starts insulting and all that, and then and then Woods grabs his hand and just stabs a knife into it, and it's just one of the coolest just ways to introduce a game. It's just straight into the nitty gritty, straight into the visceral combat, and it's just awesome. And I think after Black Ops 2, Call of Duty began to lose its magic because I know Call of Duty 2, Black Ops 2 is one of the regarded as one of the most beloved Call of Duty games to date. And I think after that, they started losing their magic because they started focusing more on the shareholders and the stock and like stocks and all that instead of the gamers who actually get them the money that they and all that. Uh, because most of these companies wouldn't be anything without the gamers, without the customers. And I think a lot of these companies need to start realizing that again. Which, to be fair, going back to Battlefield, I've said this before. I did not have EA listening to gamers on my 2025 bingo card. I never expected that would ever happen. So maybe if EA starts listening to gamers, that might have other companies be like, okay, we probably should listen to them. It's listen to gamers. I that's a hopeful perspective. That's completely hopeful. But again, I think this is excellent news. I think like if these two go through with it, I think this could be one of the coolest war movies we get in a long time. Because I trust Peter Berg and I trust Taylor Sheridan. I think they are absolutely masterclass in telling story. Like I said, I loved Landman. It was such a good show, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it. I recommend watching Tulsa King because I love season one. I have not seen season two fully yet. I'm still in the middle of watching it, and season three I hear is it's doing all right. Not as good as the previous seasons, but and again, I'm gonna watch it. I'm still gonna watch it again. And yeah, I hear Yellowstone's good, but I'm not really interested in watching it. Not that I have anything against westerns. I fucking love westerns. It's like my favorite genre. I mean, one of my favorite movies is Tombstone, which is such an awesome movie. One of them. I have many favorite movies, but again, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe and share on your preferred social media platform. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out and God bless.